Previously on Everywhere Together, we hung out in Darwin, visited the Litchfield National Park, and swam in the Mataranka hot springs. We are in the Muyumba campground in Longreach National Park. We arrived yesterday during the dark. It was around 8 o'clock when we got here. We did a bit of river crossing during the night, which was quite interesting. It was shallow, totally shallow, so nothing scary, but still during the night it's not ideal. But when we woke up here, we saw so many birds. So in the morning we just sat there, looked at the birds, lots of finches, so that's good. And we took a walk around and realized that there are these little signs for each campground. So ours is emu, number 3 is emu, and there's a little bit of story about each of the cards and each of the animals at the camps. And they tell a story about how Aboriginal people in this area ate those animals. And also that emus, for example, are, so the dads are raising the little emus, not the moms. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a cool campground. We are now driving up 50 kilometers north to the center of the national park, do a bit of walking there, and then probably head to Mount Kaputar in the afternoon. We are in Longreach National Park, and we checked out the map and looked at the different walks that are available here, and we decided to do something different here. So we rented a canoe and we are slowly going upstream up to the falls, where we're gonna have a bit of swim and enjoy this national park from the water. So it's quite different, but it's great. Lots of little waterfalls.
So once you've arrived, you have to pull out the canoe. There's a little ramp for that, and you can just place it over there and give enough space for the rest of the people. And now we can jump in. We only rented it for an hour, so now we are heading back. Now we are going downstream, so it's a little bit faster. Awesome. It was very good. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Aid, for suggesting us to visit Longreach.
Yeah,
Yay.
It's a very nice park.
Misty mountains, dusty roads ahead, crossing rivers, dream.
We just arrived at Bekinley just now. We left Mount Kaputar this morning and we are at the Walkabout Creek Hotel, which is famous from the Crocodile Dundee movie.
I can touch a stream of gold above, breaking through with hope of light and love, giving peace of mind to those of us.
We arrived at Longreach yesterday evening. We found a really good camping spot near town, which is only like $3 per night, so that's great for us. And we heard about this Outback Pioneers program here in Longreach. They have different experiences, and unfortunately most of the stuff are already full. So instead what we are doing is we are attending the tent show, which is a bit of like a comedy kind of thing at noon, and we took a walk in the station shop, and yeah, it's a really cool experience. So if you plan to visit the outback Queensland part of the country, then make sure you check them out because they offer really cool shows and experiences here.
Lovers meet. You have seen 1,000 tired feet, seen them rest upon a hill beneath a crown. Try to make a way. I can hear you say, let the sun shine on the broken. Let the sun.
We are just arriving to the Tree of Knowledge in Barsalden. Barsalden? How would you say that? Barsaldine?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how to. Let's call it Barsalden. So yeah, anyway, we are arriving to the Tree of Knowledge, which was recommended by one of our viewers. Wow.
Okay, so to put this monument into perspective, here under the Tree of Knowledge was where in 1891 the sheep shearers had started their strike, and they had problems with the wages and the environment they were working in. So they started gathering, and a whole movement started from here. So in 1992, Charles Seymour wrote the manifesto of the Queensland Labour Party, which was based on these events, and the movement started from here. So this is where actually the Labour Party of Australia started from. And in 1899, this party actually got elected and became the world's first Labour government. Hello everyone, we are already in New South Wales. We visited yesterday Longreach, and during the last few days we covered a lot of kilometers. Just traveled through Roma and Longreach, and last night we stayed at Narrabri, and now we are driving up to Mount Kaputar and look at the Sawn Rock. And after that we are heading to parks and then to Sydney. We are soon finishing the trip, so yeah. How do you feel about that, Peter?
Finishing already? No. I heard about we are going another 2-3 months. What have you learned?
So we are here at the Sawn Rocks now, and then we have to turn back to Narrabri, go back to Narrabri, and then take the Kaputar road to do this little trek, and then we can get to the top of it. Wow! I haven't thought that this would be this big. My god, it just looks amazing, doesn't it? Oh.
Wow.
Sawn Rocks was formed when basaltic lava flow cooled slowly and evenly, allowing the crystals within the molten rock to align perfectly with each other. These columns are pentagonal, so they have 5 sides, and that's because of that's how it crystallized.
We spent the night in Narrabri, and our host said on a nice and sunny day we can see 1/3 of New South Wales from here. I think he was right. arrived to the biggest optical telescope in Australia. It's called the Siding Spring Observatory. Just taking a look at it closely before the Discovery Center opens at 10 a.m. I think we were early. Look at this bird. Emu looking at the sky. So the guy here just told us that they are going to change the lens of the telescope. If you think of the telescope as a camera, it's the lens that they are switching now. We have finally arrived at our last destination before we go back to Sydney and finish our trip. And this is the dish.
The park's radio telescope.
And this is the dish. Dish. Hey guys!
Hey!
We have arrived back at Sydney and you can see the Opera House at the background. And yeah, it was a long journey. We stayed in... where did we stay yesterday?
We stayed in Katoomba,
Yeah,
Blue Mountains.
in Blue Mountains at the lodge, and just arrived back now.
So we've been on the road for 323 days, which is 10 months
10
and
months.
3 weeks.
And 3 weeks, yeah.
We covered how many kilometers?
We've driven about 50,000 kilometers and just traveled around Australia. We'll show a map to you guys.
Thank you very much for coming with us through YouTube. And even though we are ending our trip here and not posting any more weekly updates, it's not completely the end of everything, and we'll hope to meet you guys again.
Yeah. See you!
Bye!
And give us a thumbs up. And don't forget to hit subscribe. See you soon!